Hey there friends, Nibs again. Wanted to get out and do a little quick video for you guys. As you know, I've been kind of geeking out to these BB guns lately and pellet guns and stuff, so I wanted to give you guys a glimpse of a project I've been working on. Actually, this has been going on for a couple years now, I think, at least. When I first bought these group of pellet and BB guns, probably 4 or 5 years ago, actually. From a fellow local here. He had a bunch of them. He said he didn't think any of them worked. So I had this one here and thought I'd tear it apart way back when, and I started to, and it kind of looked like a little bit more than I wanted to dig into at that point. But so I took it all and put it into a plastic bag and big Ziploc bag and put it away in one of my drawers. But most recently I've been kind of getting back into it and kind of geeking out, so I figured I'd give it another go, and I did some more research, and I think I've got everything I need to get it going again. But what I have here, it's actually pretty cool. It's all torn down right now. I'll show you what I got laying out on the bench here, but this is what I believe is the first edition, or first rendition, or version, whatever you want to call it, of the Crosman model 760, and these ones they called the Power Master, and the other ones that I have, they call them a Pump Master. So I don't know why they changed the name, but that's irrelevant. But let me I'll bring you down to the tabletop here, and we'll take a look at the pieces that I got laid out here. You see, it's quite a thing here, but so this is the air chamber tube here. This piece here is actually the compression cup that I have a new one of. That's what actually, when you pump the handle, it forces air into this little chamber, which actually holds the compression for the shot. This little piece on the end here, I'll give you a close-up of that. That actually slips over the end, and this is actually the valve that lets the air out when you pull a trigger. And there's a little tiny O-ring inside of here, and this is, from what I've read, is 99% of the time what is actually wrong with these guns. So, and I'm certain this one's wore out after seeing the new one that I got in. You can buy a seal kit and replace this, but it's very touchy to get that back in there. So for my first one, I decided to just buy a brand new replacement piece, and so that all goes together. That holds that, so when you pull a trigger, this little piece here actually holds that back, and when you pull the trigger, it drops out of the way of this piece and allows that to move back. This piece comes off and opens that valve up, and there's a little channel in this little piece here that directs the air up into the barrel and shoots it out. So I've been working on it for a while. I actually bought a seal kit on eBay, and this guy sells them 2 at a time, so hopefully it's not because you screw one up the first time. But I'm going to go ahead and reseal this whole thing, and hopefully get this thing back up and running. Didn't do any, there are some performance upgrades you can do to these, but for now I'm just trying to get it back to 100% original, and then we'll see what we can do from there. But so there you go. That's my project for tonight. I'm not going to show this whole assembly thing because it's going to take a while, but I will bring you back on once I got it kind of back together, and we'll see if it actually has any pop to it. This thing would not hold any air at all. That little valve piece, that little O-ring in there, was just, as soon as you pump it, it was right past because it wasn't holding any kind of air, wasn't holding any pressure back. So so anyway, go ahead and stop this, and however long it takes to put this together, hopefully it's not half an hour or 45 minutes or so. I'll get it all together, and I'll bring you back on. So see you in a couple minutes.
1 hour later.
Alrighty friends, I'm back. Got this 760 back together, and gotta say I'm pretty pleased with the outcome so far. So this one, like I said, this one isn't I believe the original version, 760 that came out back in I think they started in around 1966 is what I read. And from what I can tell, this particular one was made in 1968. You can see it's got the old brass bolt knob, pretty cool. It does have this, this stock is a solid piece of plastic, and that's very heavy, and it's got a metal, probably aluminum, but it's metal body. The whole thing's got some heft to it. It feels like a real gun. I don't know if you've handled any of the newer Model 760s, but they feel like toys. So I've got another one here. This is a Pumpmaster 760 from, I believe, from the 80s, best I can tell. I think that one's got a little bit of weight to it still. And then this one is the current revision of 760 that fresh out of Walmart. Barely shot that one at all yet, but we'll be doing some head-to-heads now that I've got several of them ready to go. But so anyway, this one is all put together. Got my front sight. I'll probably mount, actually I'll probably take that one off that new one and put it on here, because that's actually a scope from this vintage, and I'll find a newer scope to put on that one, and so that way we're, you know, at least being fair with the assessment of, you know, the different variations. So let's see here, we got so I've just got this little piece of cardboard here sitting up against a piece of wood. Just cleaning the garage here. I'm just doing 3 pumps, and so it, if you couldn't tell, it easily made it through. There's 3 layers of cardboard there, and it made through and hit the board without any problem at all. So so it's got some kick to it. I will do some later videos, and we'll run this thing across the Crony. We'll test it with some pellets, see how it does. But you know, for tonight, I think that's a job well done, and I think it'll serve me well for quite a few more years. That's a really cool piece. The local shop has one of these, and that one didn't pump up either, so I wanted to get this one done to make sure I actually had the wherewithal to be able to repair it before I actually spent the money and got that other one. But now I might actually make them an offer and see what we can do about that. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Having a lot of fun with these old time things here. Doesn't matter if it has gunpowder, air, whatever. If it goes pew, I like it. So she's got you know, this one here, they called it a self-cocking. So as soon as you start pumping it and it gets some air built up in it, that actually forced that little valve back that I showed you when we were looking at the parts all out on the bench. And then you don't even have to cock the thing. It just when you pull the trigger, it releases the valve. So the newer ones, even if you pump them up, you have to actually pull pull the hammer or the bolt back and cock the gun, because there's actually a valve in there that the hammer hits the valve to release the hammer releases and hits the valve to release the air. It's a completely different mechanism. So, but anyway, won't keep you guys too much longer, but I thought you guys would appreciate seeing this. It's a pretty cool little adventure I'm going down here, but we'll see you again next time. Have a great day.